Thank you, Senator Butler. Senator Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Judge Wise, you're not being honest with us, are you?
That is incorrect.
Well, we all may be poorer under President Biden, but we're not stupid. We have a long list of your articles and your opinions and your political statements. On March 8, 2017, you wrote an article for Time magazine while you were a sitting judge. It's entitled Judge, Gender Laws Are at Odds with Science. I'm going to quote your words. When legislators blur the lines of church and state and enact laws that permit or prohibit conduct based on biological gender as only male or female, they place an impossible burden on the judiciary. End quote. Did I read that accurately?
I do not know because I don't have the article in front of me.
Well, I do. You also said in that article, quote, your words, not mine, sex has countless natural permutations, end quote. Did I read that correctly?
I believe that is consistent with medical science and under the Daubert standard, the science that comes in as expert testimony in trials.
On October 13, 2020, while you were serving as a state judge, you wrote an article for The Atlantic entitled, quote, your words, not mine, America's judiciary doesn't look like America. And you criticized this committee and President Trump for his judicial nominees. You said, quote, these are your words, not mine. The judiciary crafted over the past 4 years does not look like America. Not one of these judges is black, and more than 90% were raised or currently identify as Christians. I don't know how you knew that. And then you say, quote, your words, not mine. Identity is the lens that filters everything and everyone we encounter. End quote. Did I read that correctly?
Welcome to our channel, The Capitol Daily. Stay glued to this channel for more intriguing political happenings. To do this, please subscribe to our channel for more captivating political gist. This Senate confirmation hearing just turned into a courtroom drama. Senator John Kennedy didn't hold back as he confronted a federal judge nominee with a list of controversial articles, past statements, and even donations to advocacy groups. Buckle up, because this one gets intense. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, where politics meets the truth. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment like this. Right out the gate, Senator Kennedy accused Judge Wise of not being honest, setting the tone for what was to come. He referenced a Time magazine article from 2017 where the judge criticized gender-based legislation as being at odds with science. Kennedy quoted it word for word. When legislators blur the lines of church and state, they place an impossible burden on the judiciary. Judge Wise pushed back, claiming she couldn't verify the quote without the article in front of her. But Kennedy, he came prepared. Then came the Atlantic article, and things got personal. Kennedy accused the judge of attacking President Trump's judicial appointments, pointing out her critique that the judiciary doesn't look like America. Not one of these judges is black. More than 90% identify as Christians. Again, Judge Wise deflected, citing a lack of immediate reference, but Kennedy kept pressing, suggesting her views were politically charged and incompatible with the bench. If you're loving this breakdown, smash that like button and tap subscribe to stay in the loop on all things political.
That is incorrect.
No, it's not. I'm looking at it right here. This is what you say. No judge should be ethical. Your words, not mine. You just said you didn't say them. You turned these articles over. No judge should be ethically constrained from speaking or taking action that reinforces that constitutional and moral imperative. May judges participate in demonstrations that denounce racism, support equal justice, and reinforce our constitutional rights to free speech and peaceable assembly? Yes. End quote. Did I read that correctly?
I don't know because I don't have the article in front of me.
If you're a federal judge, are you going to go to protests?
I would like to answer the substance of the underlying question that was asked.
I'd like you to answer my question. I've only got another minute or so. If you're a federal, let me put it another way. Have you ever gone to a protest, a public protest, while you're a sitting judge?
Senator Kennedy, the article that you are referring to
Have you ever
was
gone
written,
to a protest while you're a sitting judge?
I do not believe that I have ever attended a protest as a sitting judge, or perhaps ever in my life.
And you talk about Girls Inc. You say you've never heard of them. You were on the, or you don't know that much about them. You were on the board from 2014 to 2024. You're still on their board, aren't you?
I'm not. My term expired this last month.
And you've given them over $50,000, haven't you?
I do not believe that is correct.
That's what your report said.
Things really escalated when Kennedy brought up an article suggesting that judges should be allowed to attend protests. He directly asked Judge Wise if she ever attended a protest while serving as a judge. Kennedy wasn't buying it, especially after reading back quotes suggesting otherwise. It was a classic gotcha moment. Then came the nonprofit angle. Kennedy challenged Wise's knowledge of Girls Inc., where she had served on the board. Despite donating over $50,000, she claimed to be unaware of their definition of girls.